Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for today's video, much appreciated. And today I'm going to start a series of a new idea here, a series of videos, probably going to do maybe one or two a week. And I'm going to go through and I'm basically going to critique all of the YouTube channels that are bass fishing related, that type of thing. So this is probably going to take a long time. Like I said, we'll probably try to do one a week. And when I mean critique, I don't really mean to be critical of them, but I'm just sort of going to give you an overview and give you my thoughts of each channel and, let you know what I think about that. And I'd be curious to know what you guys think about them too after I get done with it. But real quick, before we get started here, just wanted to invite everybody to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It'd be much appreciated if you guys like what I'm doing here. It's a great way to support the channel. And if you don't like what I'm doing here and you're one of those dudes that gives me the thumbs down on a absolutely good video or, puts in some hate comments, you can subscribe too. I'm not biased on that. So I like to invite everybody to subscribe. Okay. So anyway, the topic for today is Lunkers TV. And I wanted to start out with Lunkers TV for the first one because I think, unless I'm wrong, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the largest bass fishing related YouTube channel that there is out there. I think he's got, Rob, the host of it, has got close to 2 million subscribers, which is unbelievable, to have that many subscribers in a bass fishing genre. And I think a lot of it, I'm new to this guy's a lot. I think he's one of the Guggen Squad original ones. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. I'm going to try to figure out who they are and start with the Guggens because they have the biggest followings, and then just sort of go down the list a little bit with that. But obviously Lunkers TV was one of the first channels out there, I'm guessing, and they capitalized on that early that early YouTube scene. And a lot of those guys that got in early like that are the ones that have the giant followings now. So much more difficult now. If you get into YouTube like I did just a year and a half ago, so much competition out there. It's really hard to get subscribers. That's why I appreciate all the subscribers that I do have. But a lot of these guys out there like Lunkers TV that have these massive followings, they got on early. And also, I think with Lunkers TV, I think initially they appealed to a lot of the younger audience, a lot of the younger people that watch more YouTube. So the first thing I want to say about Lunkers TV and its host, Rob, is the fact that, he's a veteran. He talks about that. And I have the utmost respect for veterans. I've been involved in a lot of the Wounded Warrior programs, taking Wounded Warriors fishing. I've had a lot of great friendships with veterans, combat veterans. So I have a really good understanding about what anyone that has been in the service, especially in a combat role, has been through physically, emotionally, and mentally. And there's so many things that those guys have done that go well beyond the obvious. So I want to say right off the bat that I have a lot of respect for this dude, just for service there. But, okay, now as far as the critique part of Lunkers TV, I went through, and what I've tried to do is I went through and I watched, quite a few of the videos, surfed through them, everything, got a sort of a vibe for the channel. And the first thing that came out to me is I don't really consider this a bass fishing channel. I mean, he bass fishes in it and he talks about fishing a lot, but he's all over the place. Lunkers TV is all over the place. That guy's doing everything. He's got, he's talking about his Army's experience. He's talking about what he's doing around the house, at the pond, fishing a little bit. I mean, he's literally doing everything. So I consider Lunkers TV more of like a I don't want to say a reality TV show, but it's sort of like a bass fishing Duck Dynasty type of a vibe that I get off of it, because it's not centered around bass fishing. You don't get a lot of hardcore hogging information at Lunkers TV. But one thing I do say about it, it's very entertaining. I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. I never have, but I started watching a few of his, and I can see why he's got such a big following, because there's a lot of aspects to Lunkers TV that draws your attention to it beyond fishing. Because guys, admit it, unless you're a hardcore bass nerd like me, just talking about and watching fishing all the time is boring. And I think that they've picked up on that. He's picked up on that at Lunkers TV. And that's why, he shows a lot of different stuff out there. And it brings in interests from people beyond just people that are interested in fishing. I mean, Lunkers TV is one of those YouTube channels that it literally can appeal to about anyone, even if you don't fish. And that's, I think, one of the reasons that he's been so successful with that. He's high energy. He talks really fast. I mean, he's all over the place. You got a lot of different cuts going on, and it's different. I'm looking forward to watching a lot of different channels to see it. But I'm guessing from looking at this that he's got probably one of the most diverse channels out there as far as content goes. And obviously the guy's Rob is an incredible entrepreneur. I think he's involved with the Guggen Baits. He's been successful in business, super successful guy, and his YouTube channel is part of that, as well as part of it. So anyway, when you critique it, is it worth your time to watch it? Absolutely. I mean, it's fun to watch. I mean, it gets your attention. Like I said, it's all over the place. Some of the videos are going to appeal to you. Some of the ones are not. Couple of the ones I watch, I just, after a couple minutes, they didn't really hold my attention that much, and I clicked off them. A couple of them that really held my attention. But to be honest with you, the ones that held my attention with Lunkers TV did not involve fishing. I mean, like I said, because he doesn't really give you many tips on fishing. Fishing is sort of like a secondary byproduct to the rest of the content. Overall, I think it's a great channel. I think it's entertaining. I think it appeals to a lot of people. I think it draws a lot of people into the sport. He's been, like I said, an incredible YouTube entrepreneur. He's at the top of the YouTube world in fishing, so he's doing something right. So that's today's first critique, Lunkers TV. We'll be back with another one coming up soon. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let's hear some comments on that. And one of the things that I think that is important when you talk about YouTube channels, bass fishing, is you can't have expectations. You can't judge a channel on a narrow frame, because everybody has things that interest them. Everybody has things that catch their attention, and there's enough people out there. There's a little bit for everybody. So you don't have to get locked into thinking every bass fishing channel should be hardcore hogging information like Intuitive Angling here. So that's today's critique. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all later. See ya.